So Eric's son had a birthday. We had a bunch of like little bags of chips left over. We had just made a big batch of chili, and I was super hungry. And I looked over and I saw like a little bag of Fritos, and I remembered like, oh, prison food. Like we just kind of like dump everything in the bag. Out on the West Coast in California, they call them walking tacos, but I remembered them as Frito pies. Basically, it was just like you dump the chili on top of the Fritos, you crush it up a little bit, you add a couple of different things, and you can walk around and just eat it with a spoon. So that was the inspiration behind the Frito pie. Palm Beach Meat sells predominantly Japanese and Australian Wagyu, and when we trim down all of the steaks for the case, we have a lot of excess left over. So what we do is we try and fabricate it in different ways to be able to sell it as a fast casual concept. So in this case, we were making our own house ground beef.
That we're not really a restaurant. We're not a market.
We're not a butcher.
We're not a butcher shop. We like to describe this as a concept, and the concept is community. We started as a direct-to-consumer business that was just doing home deliveries of Japanese and Australian Wagyu. And over the course of doing that for a year, we realized that, you know, one, Wagyu wasn't just for one demographic. There were, we three of us drove around from Vero to Miami every Saturday. We'd split up and go different directions, and we would do delivery routes essentially all over the place, from one community to the next. We would go from, you know, the Polo Club in Wellington to, you know, someone, I delivered Japanese Wagyu to a 19-year-old kid on his smoke break at the Turnpike rest stop. We've delivered Wagyu to the literal dump. And, you know, one thing that we realize is that, you know, not just Wagyu, but food in general is sort of the common denominator.